Hey guys, Anthony coming at you. Got a short video about Delphi and custom form modules centering on using graphics to create forms. So I'm going to go into my favorite paint program. This is PaintShop Pro. You might like Photoshop or have a preference for Paint.net, but they're all basically the same. We've got a ping image here that has fully opaque areas and partially transparent areas. The transparent areas are easy to see because of the checkerboard pattern. You'll notice that it's not just transparent or not transparent. There's levels of transparency on the pixels. So I want to carry this over to a form that we're going to create in Delphi. So we'll create a new VCL Forms application. And we'll get rid of the default form. Then we'll add a custom form module. I've got Delphi files here. These are the ones you've all seen before when you're creating a new unit or file. And then I have some CodeBot custom form modules. We're going to show or demonstrate the overlay form first. And right away you'll see that this is a little bit different than a normal form designer. One, it's red, and two, there's no border on this form. This is because the border is going to be defined by our image. So what we do is we pick out a picture. And you can see something interesting right away, which is that the picture actually has this very transparent area that's outside of our form. And what that is saying is it's not actually clickable on our form. You can't place controls on it. And we also still have this red area. We can actually run it like it is right now. If we just put in our application create form. T overlay form 1. We're running our application, but we can't do anything. We can't move it. We can click on it, but we can't actually close it unless we use program reset. So let's fix these issues. First, what we want to do is move the form. We want to translate the image so that it covers the form. We've got some custom properties on here. Offset X translates the image on the x-axis, and Y translates it on the y-axis. So you just fiddle around with these values until you get something that you think is close to what you're looking for. And let's put a close button on here with custom control I wrote. It's an image speed button. This is just a button that you can draw on, and it uses an image list for different states. We need some images. So we'll go back to our assets directory, and this is an image that I already had that I think would make a good close image. And I'll open up this image list editor that I wrote. Let me just show you a few things about this image list editor. What it lets you do is it lets you load images, image lists from image strips. It also allows you to drag and reorder and add new images and copy them to your hard drive and save them into the form. So we'll just reset this and we'll create our image list of one image. Put that on the form, call it images. Set our images to images. resize our button. And we also want to let you drag this form, so we'll set allow drag on the form to true. And this is going to be like a splash screen in our program for when users waiting around for it to start. We want to put an indicator on here that it's actually doing something. This is an indeterminate progress. It just has a little busy icon, and you can put messages on there. You can actually set different states. If there was an error, you could set it to error. If you have a custom image list icon, you want to use that, you can say it's ready to go. Or busy. Right now, this busy icon and the text aren't very visible. We want to make those white, so we're going to change our font to be CL White. Caption, please wait while our program loads. And busy images, we can pick out any one of these images. Example, we could have the really big Vista spinner, but I had some images in mind here. There you go. Just to give you a quick idea again, if I anchor this control and I resize it, the form, you can see that it's going to go outside of the image, and we don't want that. So you just size the form to stay just within the image. And then when you run it again, we've got our splash screen. If you take a look at how that compares to our original image, it's pretty much the same basically. Just get a big checkerboard pattern here to put it on top of. And there you go. Wait. Forgot to put our close handler here. There we go. Okay, let's look at modifying this image and just putting something else here to show you how easy it is to design a form based on an image. We just pick out this Twitter bird, put him here on our form. Oops. I'll put him right there. And we can come back to our form and load up that new image. And there's our bird now. There you go. So let's move on. Let's add another custom module here. Here's a module called a banner form. It has some interesting properties that aren't apparent right away. So let's put some buttons on this form. This is going to be, let's say, a feedback form for sending feedback, from allowing our customers to send it from them back to us. So they can send us feedback, they can cancel sending us feedback. You can have an area to send some feedback from. We'll set some anchors on these. And we'll go back to our project source and tell it to use banner form. It's our main form. And you can see already there's some interesting characteristics of this form. One is that it actually popped up at a different size than what we had designed. And what the form does is it looks for the control that's in the bottom right, and it makes the form exactly the size of the control that's in the bottom rightmost control. So we don't actually have to specify the size at design time. It'll figure it out for us. And then the other thing is constrains our form so we can't make it smaller than that originally designed bottom right control. Let's look at a few other things. This is actually, it's got a banner on here that we can change to say the title, and change the title of the form. So it's going to be "Thank you for purchasing product." And let's put a description. That's going to be some instructions for them. Describe what's going on. Please fill out the form below. Actually set the caption of the form to feedback. And let's fix a couple other things up about this form. Let's pick out an image for this form. I said this was centered on images, this video, so let's not disappoint. We can set a background for our little banner up here. So we'll just say load a picture. There you go. We now have a background. And it's approximately the same image that we had before, but it's placed inside of this banner underneath the text behind everything. You can actually change the background color by using the background tint of the form. So we'll make the tint based on the highlight color, the system highlight color. And we can actually change the opacity of the background. So it's totally transparent. It's partially transparent. Somewhat transparent. And another thing you can do is you can put an image on the form that's going to appear right next to your text. So let's just run this real quick with our image on it, our background. Actually want to swap that background out. There we go. I like that a lot better. And let's put an icon or an image to the left of the text. So I just have whatever an image sitting here. We want to resize this header. We don't need all this empty space below here. Set the header height to 80. So there you go. Using images and custom form modules together to create interesting forms.